tuned in to the one-on-one show with Dr. Lucita.
Welcome to the one-on-one show.
We are a Christian-based non-profit organization providing pre-filled communion elements to simplify church logistics for Holy Communion.
At Holy Communion Elements, we deal with packaging of pre-packed Holy Communion into a one self-serving cup.
Over time, I've seen people evolving from this old style of having Holy Communion to this new style where everything is packed and prepared for your day. You find that this is way cheaper comparing with this because there is no much of, getting all the accessories. This is as it is, serve on the go.
It takes us like 20 minutes. Everybody is done. Unlike in the past where, elders have to come early, do the preparation, and then later they'll do the washing of those cups. Sometimes we are forced to go and do additional preparation in the middle of the service. And you have to dash back to the vestry to do more preparation.
We have 5 stations: 1, client services; 2, production; quality control; packaging and delivery.
At Holy Communion Elements, we are dedicated to providing pre-packed Holy Communion kits in a safe, sustainable, and accessible way, even in areas where traditional elements are hard to access. Your donation will directly fund the production and distribution of these pre-packed elements, ensuring that every Christian can partake in Holy Communion with dignity and reverence. Together, we can ensure that Holy Communion experience remains accessible and meaningful for us all. To donate, please visit holycommunionelements.com or reach out to us directly through our phone number.
Hi, Lucita's here with Lucita's accounting firm. Happy New Year, everyone. Are you looking for a place to do your taxes? You undecided? Are you a student, a military, a nonprofit, a business? You undecided on where to get your tax done? Guess what? Lucita Accounting Firm, it's the place to go. We have been in business for well over 20 years. We're located in Marietta, Georgia. You can call us at 770-319-9181. You can also visit us at www.laftaxes.com. Guess what? We do accept walk-in this year. Just call us at 770-319-9181 to come get your tax done right with an experienced professional who makes sure your tax is done accurately. Can't wait to see you in the office.
Communion is a special time to remember what Jesus has done for you. At Communion Elements, we offer communion with a difference. From prepackaged Holy Communion cups, altar wine or juice, and wafer, all sealed into a convenient single-serving container. Celebrate Christ's kingdom in a special way with communion elements as a church congregation, small group, or family devotion. So, why communion elements? Our plastic containers or cups are high quality and 100% recyclable. Both elements, the wafer and altar grape juice or wine, are easily prepared and served conveniently and all the time. These elements are totally safe, sustainable, and affordable. In faith, let's share the body of Christ by breaking the bread and solidify the Holy Covenant with the blood of Jesus, courtesy of communion elements. Order our fresh and hygienically prepared communion elements today via our website. You can as well call or WhatsApp us through 0799 988 371. Communion elements. Communion with a difference.
Ooh. Wow, wow. I don't know what's going on. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back.
Communion is a special time to remember what Jesus has done for you. At Communion Elements, we offer communion with a difference. From prepackaged Holy Communion cups, altar wine or juice, and wafer, all sealed into a convenient single-serving container. Celebrate Christ's kingdom in a special way with communion elements as a church congregation, small group, or family devotion. So, why communion elements? Our plastic containers or cups are high quality and 100% recyclable. Both elements, the wafer and altar grape juice or wine, are easily prepared and served conveniently and all the time. These elements are totally safe, sustainable, and affordable. In faith, let's share the body of Christ by breaking the bread and solidify the Holy Covenant with the blood of Jesus, courtesy of communion elements. Order our fresh and hygienically prepared communion elements today via our website. You can as well call or WhatsApp us through 0799 988 371. Communion elements. Communion with a difference.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another episode of One on One. You all know why we create this show. It's a legacy for my younger son, who always thinks money come from a tree. So we create One on One to leave a legacy to our younger selves, to the next generation. We always bring you a guest or someone that's been doing things that are exceptional in the community, somebody that works hard, that built themselves, that's part of different network. So I've always researched people that I feel that are doing important things in the community and invite them to be a guest on One on One. Today we have an amazing pastor, entrepreneur, educator, best time seller from all walks of life. He's done it all. I don't even know what else to say because this gentleman here, this pastor, has done it all. So I'm here with him because we're going to have a great conversation. And you know, there's one thing we don't do in one on one, we do not introduce our guests. There's a reason why. And you guys know what the reason is. And everybody that's watching me right now, before we introduce our guests, I would like for you guys to please go follow us at iSpace2, iSpace2 on YouTube. It's iSpace, the word 2, TWO. Go to YouTube and watch us live and click in the little bell and subscribe to us because we have so many shows coming. And also, if you're watching us on iSpace2 on Facebook, share the live with your friends because this episode is going to be one you don't want to miss. So now, without further ado, I'm going to introduce to you this pastor, this extraordinary guest that I have with me, because we don't want to mess up his name. So we're going to allow him the opportunity to introduce himself. Welcome to the show. Welcome. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
And I can't wait to learn so much about you. So now, what is your name? And
My
who
name
are
is
you?
Dr. Oris Guillaume. Most people call me Dr. O. You know, in this world, a lot of people don't call me pastor. There's a reason for that.
Now, before you go further, is there a story with your name, Dr. Oris Guillaume?
Well,
Because there's always a story, so we want to hear the story.
this is the story behind my name.
Yes.
You know, I started teaching in the university. I would say higher ed since 2007. Because of the relationship I built with my student called me Dr. O. And everywhere I go, they call me Dr. O. When I used to be at Shorter University as a dean, they used to call me Bulldog.
Ooh.
The reason why they call me Bulldog, there was an issue with the university. What happened? Because we are about to lose our accreditation, and they find out that I'm been to law school.
Okay.
They find out also I have a background in accounting.
Okay.
So they're creating a position for me.
We're going to go to this. We're going to go. So now,
I just want
Oris.
well,
Because we're going to take it step by step. Because
well, I
your
want you to
resume
know-
is so
I want
rich.
you to know how they call me Dr. O.
Yes.
So we're not getting to my name yet.
Okay.
But how do they call me Bulldog, Dr. O?
Yes.
And then they hire me. We do have like an external auditor coming to the school
Okay.
to do check and balance for us. We're about to learn what you call like RT24, return to the lender all the money that we receive, and then we're about to lose our accreditation with SACS.
Oh, wow.
Then they're creating a position called compliance coordinator.
Okay.
They hire me as internal auditor to making sure I check all the
All the
money we
boxes,
receive for
yes.
financial aid.
That was my
And
first job after college.
there you go. So
Yes.
I oversee the accounting department, the financial aid department, and about 6 months I clean the system.
Wow.
Then the provost called me Bulldog. And they call me Bulldog, and then they put Bulldog, aka Dr. O.
Bulldog, AKK. You see, that's what I tell you guys. Every guest that comes here, there's always a story. Now, he just explained to us, Dr. O. We need to know Oris, because it's not a name I see all the time. So, were you always Oris Guillaume? Oris
Nope.
Guillaume? Ou
Nope.
bien there's a way to
Well, you know, I was born in the year, I would say, when I say the year, a lot of people can't figure it out, in the 1970s. So therefore, I wasn't born exactly in 1970. That was my era. So if you can guess from 1970 to 1979, that was one of my year.
Okay.
So when I was born, I was a very looking boy. Very looking, beautiful boy. Or
So you were
handsome boy.
handsome.
Very handsome.
Okay.
My dad want me to call me Dilou because his name was Dilius.
Delicious.
My mother really want to call me another name, and my dad's brother want to call me Fanfan.
Okay.
You know, there was like an era with pantalon elephant, or we call it
With the
pant-
big,
yeah, big. And then at that time there was a
You know
lot
it's
of
back, right? Because
gentlemen-
the kids are wearing these again.
there you go. So they want to call me Fanfan. But my dad's father wants to call me Oris because his name was Orest.
Orest. So that's your godfather's name.
Yeah. So
Okay.
they named me after my dad's father's name because my dad's father's name was Orest. He went to do he went with my dad to do my birth certificate. Along the way, everybody knows they're gonna call me Fanfan. But when they get there, he convinced my dad to call me Oris.
Oris. You see, guys, there's always a story on one-on-one.
Yeah.
You probably will never hear this anywhere else, that we have Fanfan here.
Yes.
Last guest was Nana. So there's always something. And now we know Dr. O, we know there's so much that derive from Oris.
Yes. Yes.
So, Dr. Oris, where were you born in Haiti? What was it like in Haiti? Tell us a little bit about you.
Well, I was born in hospital, Good Samaritan Hospital. We call it Bon Samaritan in Lembe.
Okay.
So the things about it, this is the things, a lot of people may be surprised about that. Back then, there wasn't a lot of hospital in Haiti. I was so fortunate to born in the hospital.
Oh, wow.
Because there was like a missionary who went to the War of Vietnam, who came to Haiti and built an hospital in the North Department called a Good Samaritan Hospital.
Okay.
L'Hôpital Bon Samaritain. I think that's where there's a church in the area called Good Samaritan Church.
Okay.
And I think that's where they get the name too.
Okay.
And then born at the hospital was like, for me, I was so fortunate because among my siblings, we are about like 5.
Okay.
One of them born here in the U.S. 2 of them was born in the hospital. 2 of them wasn't born in the hospital.
Okay.
I was so fortunate among the 2. I was born in the hospital.
Because that was a big thing.
That was a
growing
big
up
thing.
And,
Yes.
Being born
Yes.
in a hospital.
Yes.
What can you remember in Haiti after your birth?
When I was growing up, surprisingly, I'm gonna say things people may be surprising. I grew up in Lembe. In my house, we do have electricity.
But isn't Lembe close to
Cap-Haitian?
Cap-Haitian?
It's only like
and Cap-Haitian always have electricity, so
yeah. If you are, because there is Olembe, Balembe, and Lembe.
Okay.
If you are in Olembe, it's probably like 18 miles from Cap-Haitian.
okay.
And then Lembe is about like maybe 24, 26 miles. I'm talking in terms of miles, maybe like 30 kilometers or 36.
Okay.
Because when you divide mile by 1.6, you figure out
An
you
hour.
probably like no, it's not an hour, about like 30 minutes
30 minutes max
drive.
from the
From
city.
from Lembe to Cap-Haitian is 30 minutes. So you can
So that's when we had road.
exactly we have roads, and then there's not like good roads. So that means it's very close.
Okay.
So basically, I was born in Lembe, and then by the age of like 12, 13, and I moved to Cap-Haitian. And I went to high school, what we call like in Haiti, we call it college, but it's not really college, it's high school, middle
Well,
school.
before we go there,
Okay.
So can you remember your youth before high school? Because we're gonna go stage by stage. So what can you remember from 1 to 7 when you were growing up in Lembe? What can you share with us around this time?
This is what I remember. I can remember when I was a little boy. I mean, I got a good memory. You're gonna be surprising to me
Okay.
that. My dad left probably when I was like 6 or 5.
To the United States?
To the moved to United States, but my dad settled in Bahamas first, and then moved to United States.
Okay.
And then my grandfather came to the house in the 1979.
Okay.
So I was in the Boy Scout, and I
In
can
Haiti?
remember, in the Boy Scout in Haiti. I grew up in Boy Scout all my life. Yeah. So they always say like a scout one day, scout always.
Yeah, my
So-
son was in Boy Scout.
So
That's why I was
I'm always a scout. So asking me what I remember a lot. So
So tell me stories, because we're in one-on-one stories.
when I was in Haiti, when I was a little boy, I used to go to the hospital where I was used to born, and then we have a lot of kids. We play with all the white little kids. We play around, and then I learned English when I was a little boy too, with playing with kids.
And how old were you on that
I
time?
was only probably like 5, 6, 7, and then we walk long distance to go from the hospital where I was, and then to the middle of the city to go to the church, to go to the school, and then I always playing, and I learned how to draw. And
A lot of people are saying Manushka is under the live. She says she was in Girl Scout in Haiti as well. And that's something new, because the way Haiti is right now, not a lot of people know that we had everything United States have that we once had.
yeah,
all
because
these
the
things.
reason why I grew up with electricity, I grew up with water in my house, because of the hospital was nearby. The hospital has their own
Generator.
group of generators, and then my parents probably pay like maybe 15 goods, 25 goods at that time because that's mean you have money to
Because
pay
that means
for
you're
it.
rich. You
Yeah.
were rich in Haiti.
Well, I
you were
mean,
considered one of those
it wasn't-
fortunate ones.
I mean, I was fortunate, not rich. So I can still smell the poverty. I can still like feel like people are fighting, but we're losing electricity, we're losing the power, we're losing all these things when we call it electricity of Haiti. That's we call like EDH or EDH. They want to come to Lembe, therefore they want to make sure we're using that, and then the hospital has to disconnect them to us. Then we're losing the power now. So I wasn't know much, but when I moved to Carpathian, that's when I started growing up. Yeah,
How old
you know,
were you when you left?
when I left, I left Lembe when I was like 12, and by the age of 13, I was already in the middle school. Yeah.
What kind of stories? So you were in middle school in Cape Haitian?
Yes.
So how was life in Cape Haitian? Because from my understanding, Lembe was good because you had electricity, you had a good life, you had young kids that you were playing with, and then you had to move.
When I moved to Cape Haitian, it was life changing. Everything changing just like it's a blink of eyes. Because I can tell you things that I remember. I used to go to school. When I go to school, and I was feeling like living without your parents because my mom was already moved to US. My dad always been in the US, and then I feel like my dad did not know much because my dad used to be like a tailor, and he has like
The people that used to make clothes. Okay.
fashion, I mean making clothes, and then he has like a group of people working in the house, and then at that time we don't have what we had, like used clothes we call like Pepe in Haiti. So my dad used to have like a big, we call it mal, or we call it like big suitcase. They build it with like woods and fin. So that and then they can sell whenever we have what we call like fête champette. You familiar with that in Haiti?
Yes, yes.
Like when people go on to dance or Tropicana or September.
Yeah, around époque fête, époque été. Yes.
Exactly. So my dad used to go everywhere to sell. My mother used to be being an entrepreneur since I know my mom been selling what we call like the material to build your clothes. You know what I mean?
The fabrics.
The fabrics.
Okay.
And then my mom used to sell in Lembe. My mom used to go to Gonaives, Tibonite, all these things. So my mom.
And at
used to
that
do
time, how old were you?
Well, when my dad left, I was about like between 5 and 6.
Okay.
And then my mom used to leave, and then that's the reason why I remember in my past, I grew up with my grandfather at that time. My grandfather was a lay leader. And then this is the things I remember, and I want people to remember as they listen to me. My grandfather told me something I never forget. When I was little boy, all I want to be a military. The reason why, when you send the kids to school, if firefighter come to the school, kids want to be firefighter. And then they come to the school, kids want to be
whatever we see, that's what we want to become.
Exactly. So my school was around what we call a caserne or the military. So I saw them every day.
With their uniform.
In the uniform. And then 1, 2, 1, and then right, left, and so things like that. So when my grandfather asked me, what do you want to do when you grow up? I said, I want to go to the army. And I mean it. Wow. And my grandfather said in a very wise voice, son, you can do anything you want to do as long as you stay in school. Guess what? I'm still in school, but I never went to the army.
Because you went with what he said, so you decided.
So, and that's the reason why, if you ask me about my education, I can remember that. And then I grew up with my grandfather. As a lay leader, he used to be responsible for a church, and I was just like the king of my grandfather. Among all of the kids, all of the great kids, he always with me. And in the story I remember, when my grandfather passed away. When my grandfather passed away, everybody knows that was me that was killed because I always with my grandfather. That was the last trip baby Doc Duvalier made in the north of Haiti.
You said that was
before.
the last one?
Last trip.
Last trip he made. Okay.
Baby duck. You know what I'm talking about? Baby
Yeah,
duck?
the son. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and that's when he made the trip in the north, and then my grandfather came from church in the Friday afternoon, and then they killed my grandfather. Yeah, that was in 1984.
So your grandfather was in politics?
No, I mean, the cottage, all the people that's with the president, all the cars, and then my grandfather
The
was on the side of the road.
So he got hit by a car.
Got hit by one of the cars.
And how old were you? I'm sorry to hear that.
I was like 12. I was like 13 at the time.
13. Did that change you? Change your life? Because I know you were always with him, but what did that do to you?
It changed my life tremendously because my grandfather was my hero. My grandfather was the person I know as my father. And then this is just like, I was traumatized. I can tell you like everything was go upside down. But
give me a story. What does that look like upside down? Remember, we want to leave a legacy to the youngsters. If a younger person listening to you going to something like this, what lesson you would want them to learn from that experience?
I want you to know one of the things. This is just like you feel like your soul, somebody has been stole your soul. If you have a soulmate, you understand that. If you close with your parents, you're going with your parents, you know that. And then I did not know much about my dad. I know my grandfather as my dad.
Wow.
So, and not only that, living in a place where your mom is not there, your mom is traveling every week, coming back on the weekend, all you know is your grandfather. And now you're going to miss your grandfather. This is a piece of you. You miss a piece of you.
So you had no mother, no father, and now your grandmother was gone.
No, my grandfather.
Your grandfather was
gone. My father
gone.
was in U.S. at that
I
time.
know, but they weren't here.
No, they
just like
exactly.
all of us, because I remember
Yeah.
being raised by my mom, but my dad was living in the U.S. But it's as if you don't have your father because the person you just thought, especially around those times, there wasn't no phone call, so you had to wait for them to write for you to hear about them. So it was, you were like by yourself.
Yeah.
Technically.
So I would not say I wasn't by myself because, my mom, we do have people working in the house as a maid. You're going to be surprising to know that my mom wasn't there, but he paid people to clean our clothes, cook for us. And then my grandfather was a figure father for us in the house. My mother wasn't not just like missing, but he just like going to do what they no, not in you. Well, at that time my mom was starting to travel. But when I was going with my grandfather, my mom wasn't living in Haiti yet.
Okay.
My mom left in Haiti probably early 1984, and my grandfather passed away in May 1984. Yeah, I can remember that. And then you can read it in my book too. It's a part of my story.
Yes, he's an author. We're gonna get to that. But we wanna take him to his younger age. So before we continue, what would you tell your younger self? Looking back of your experience, what would you tell your younger self today?
I would always say, okay, because I got a good foundation, I would always say, okay, you always need someone that's older to listen to.
Like a mentor.
Like a mentor. Don't listen to the crowd. Don't just believe in yourself. Just believe in your parents, on someone who can lead you. Because a lot of time we believe so much on ourselves, we make a lot of mistakes. By the time we try to see if we can fix the mistake, we keep making more and more and more.
And then we realize time goes so fast.
Yes.
So each mistake costs you so much that you could avoid by not having a mentor.
Yes, exactly. So, at the early age also, I started to do martial arts.
But how old were you then?
Well, when I started martial art, I probably like 10.
So all this was happening in Limbe or Okap?
I started the martial art when I was 10, 11, like that. I remember.
Any stories? Did you get beat up when you were doing that? Did you get good? You got beat up? Tell me some stories.
When I was in school, I was fighting a lot. It was not.
You used to be a fighter?
I used to fight when I go to school. Because
Why?
I would not let people
Only on one-on-one. let's take a
Yeah.
minute.
I would not let
The
people
doctor, the pastor.
Yeah.
You see,
People-
guys,
people won't believe that.
nothing
Yeah.
that you do that we don't do.
Yeah.
We start from being kids and then we become adult. We are talking to Pastor Dr. Oris Guillaume, and he's going to explain to us why he used to fight in school and and then he become a martial arts. But was that before you become a martial arts, you start fighting, or after?
No, before. Because when you go to school, kids like to fight. And I was not one of the kids that afraid of kids.
Really?
And then what happened, sometimes we fight for fun. If you don't believe
to
that.
test your
Yeah,
your
because-
manhood.
On Friday after school, because when I used to go to school, we used to go twice a day.
Okay.
We go in the morning from 8 to 11, and then we go back and we turn like at 1 to 4 or 5.
Okay.
We used to do that. And then on Friday, we finish by noon. People, like, if anybody tackle your feet and then you want to fight.
You ready to fight?
You ready to fight.
Is
And
it
then
because
also,
was that an exercise?
no, because you don't want people. I mean, I remember when I used to have friends. Even you fight with your friends, because if they say they can beat you, you don't want people to say they can beat you. And then the thing is, when
Was that a man thing?
no, because when you go home, your mom is gonna whoop you too. Because if they find out you fight, they're gonna hit. Because I mean, we don't fight just for joke. But let's say, for instance, somebody attack you.
Okay.
I can remember that you don't want people to bully you.
So give me a story. Give me a reason you would fight. Like, tell me something that happened that caused you to fight.
Okay, people might be see like you're very short, and then you're standing there, they click in your hair, and you're gonna turn, and then you don't want people to do that to you. Or sometimes, when the TV black and white TV come in, and then some people probably just like back in the back, bow in your back, and you turn, there's a lot of one of them, and they pick on you. If they pick
So
on
you
you,
used to be bullied.
yeah, if they bully you, you fight for that. That was one of the reasons why. If people bully, because they used to bully you.
So bullied happened in Haiti as well.
Oh, yeah.
So it wasn't just a United States
No.
thing. Okay.
No. They will bully you.
So a fun memory in school in Haiti for you. Give me a fun memory of your childhood.
But fun memory, because I will tell you something. I cherish in memory. People used to, in Haiti, when people say you're smart, it's not a positive things. It wasn't like, you smart a lot, or you very. I mean, they want to make sure that they want you to know, like, in another way, ou actionnaire.
Let me understand.
Yeah.
So it's smart is not the intelligent smart. It's
Yeah.
it's sarcastic.
It's
So
just-
when they say you're smart, so they're not really saying you're intelligent.
Mm-hmm.
So can you elaborate a little bit? What happened to you that's why you bought that? Did something happen?
Well-
why you?
Let's say, for instance, people want to, they use that as a ironic way to say, let's say, okay, you're very smart, like, someone who's just always like, well, they said you are on your hand. You're someone who not gonna let things go by anyway like that, and then they say, this guy is really smart, and then you know what I mean. So, and then people probably
See, I get that. Because people say I'm smart.
But
especially Haitians. I used to think they're saying I'm smart. So you're saying sometimes it's they're being sarcastic.
Yeah.
Or either they're scared or so I'm trying to understand what you
I mean, people that listen to me, you were born like in the year of 1980, grew up in 1990. When people said, okay, ou intelligent.
So
That's
means
not mean
ou sont
you-
bluffés.
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah.
So when people say that to me, I have to be careful in what context they say.
Exactly. But the reason why I mentioned that to you, I turned that in a positive way for me.
ways. Okay.
Because,
give me a story about
okay,
that.
because I believe in my dad. I believe in my grandfather, because I remember when I was a little kid, my father always tell me that you are a very smart guy, and I know what my dad mean.
So you know he was telling you the
Yeah,
right one.
The right one.
Okay.
And then I grew up in an environment, and then where my grandfather always tried to said, some kind words to me, some positive things. So when I growing up and I know, and I turn that, when people say that to me, I turn that in a positive way to know that I'm a very smart, intelligent guy. And I want to make sure because I got good grades, they say I'm smart. Or the people say that not because you are making good grades, they say it in a sarcastic way.
But how did you know that they were saying in a sarcastic? How do one know when somebody's saying, you smart, that it's in a sarcastic way?
Well,
like for instance, me, I didn't go up in Haiti very well.
I'm gonna give you an example. People that's going in Port-au-Prince say, okay, neck Port-au-Prince intelligent. Do you understand that now?
So they're not saying something positive.
They're not saying you're smart. They're not saying, like, they say probably like you. Yeah. Ou coloquent, ou bay manti, ou sou jeg, ou sou coupe poche.
Wow. So you have to be.
So I'm teaching you something.
So I'm learning a lot. So it's amazing to know the word, how we can turn it around to as a curse for someone else. Because you would think intelligent is, okay, this person is brilliant, she's doing something positive. But in your case, did people call you that? Did you get bullied because you were intelligent? Because I'm looking at your resume. Let me just tell everybody, Dr. O is a brilliant man. He has a bachelor's degree in accounting. He has you gotta help me because I gotta remember.
Help you. Well,
You're gonna help me. He has 2 master's degree. He wrote 10 books, bestseller. He went to theology school. I think one of your masters is in religion.
Nope. I got a master in organizational leadership.
Yes, an organizational leadership.
I got a master in accounting.
And a master's in accounting. What about your bachelor's in religion?
My bachelor is in religion,
yes,
but in theology.
And then also your PhD is a DBA in business administration.
Yes, but I want you to know when I first started in college, I studied in accounting.
I know, because I saw that you have an accounting degree. I was like, oh my gosh. I studied in accounting
because in Haiti, a lot of people probably need to know that we have a lot of people called expert in accounting. It's another 2 years you do after the first 2 years you do.
Okay.
You do like bookkeeping. And then if you go to INAGE, for instance, it was like a university in Port-au-Prince, and then you probably just go like the 4 years in accounting. But if you go the other way, you can do like 2 years in bookkeeping, and after that you do another year or 2 as expert contact. That means you become like a CPA. That's the same thing you have here.
Here, because for me, when I did my bachelor's in accounting, everything was done through my 4 years curriculum. We did auditing, general accounting, and we didn't do bookkeeping because that was ledger.
The reason I'm saying that because when I was doing accounting in Haiti, it was like American accounting, not just like that. That's
the AICA.
Exactly.
Okay.
So this is just like you have an associate degree in accounting. So then,
at what age you came to America?
Well, I was like 28, going to turn 29. That was in 2000.
So all your life was in Haiti. Basically, all your young age.
I always say all my young age.
Yeah,
but,
young age.
You know, I've been in the U.S. since December 9, 2000.
Okay. Now we're gonna go back to December 9, 2000. Let's go back.
But before you go back, let me straight that for you in my education. My first degree was in accounting. Then after that, I dropped school. I dropped accounting to go to law school. Because when I was in school, I want people to understand that my whole life, I want to go to military academy. So, and then, two times in my life, I've been having traumatized. That was when my dad passed away, and then when in 1992, as you guys probably remember, when they kicked Aristide out. So. Finish high school, I've been prepared for that all my life.
To go to the army.
To go to the army.
Yes.
And then.
Haitian army or didn't?
Haitian army. Haitian army.
Oh,
and then,
hold on. Sorry to cut you off. So you were talking about
the coup d'etat.
Okay. Tell me about that. So you were preparing to
Yeah,
go.
to go.
Okay, go ahead.
And then after the election, the 1990, and then after that,
Oris still got
was in the
elected.
power, and then
My dad sold everything to go back because tout le monde pensait Haïti était bon.
Haiti's gonna be fine. And then
Yes.
what happened in 1992? They shut down the school, the military school. Then my dream, hope goes down, because when I said that I was doing martial art, I was not just like someone who said I was in martial art. I was like a second degree in black belt.
So you're a
in
black
karate.
belt.
I was a black belt in judo. In my time, I was probably in Cap-Haitian, we were only two people that have black belt in judo, black belt in karate.
And you were one of them.
I was one of them. Yeah, the other person was Die, and when I was in Cap-Haitian, his name was Andrew. Yeah, so I can remember all the old people that used to do the karate, and even like you probably heard about like Nade Joases. Have you heard about Nade? Nade is just like the minister of public working on the street.
Okay.
He was in the juvenile group of people as a minister. Okay. So he used to be one of my instructors. And I remember when I was like in senior high school, I went to visit the military camp where they train the army, because I was so good, and I'm being like regional champion in karate. And I want you to know one thing about me, and people need to know that I was just like my last fight to come to Atlanta in 1996 in the Olympics for judo. I was about to represent Haiti.
In 1996,
In
Atlanta
1996.
Olympic.
Yes, I was about to be there.
Only on one-on-one.
On one-on-one.
So see, Dr. O probably
Yes.
never shared that. So you were very good on Taekwondo.
No, I was doing Shotokan. And
So
also
that's
I used to do like judo.
judo. What's the difference if for the young kids listening right now?
Shotokan, judo, and also we have other jiu-jitsu, and then they're not taekwondo. The style is not the same. This is just like the best way to explain that. Creole in Louisiana, Creole in Haiti, Creole in Martinique.
The same thing,
It's the
but
same thing, but there's a variation.
a little
The style is a
recipe
bit
that
different.
changed.
Yes.
So you enjoyed. So when you were doing Taekwondo, in the back of your
Shotokan,
mind,
Shotokan.
Shotokan. In the back of your mind, were you doing that because you wanted to go to the military? You were preparing yourself for
I was
military.
preparing myself to go to the military.
So all this stuff was guiding you to your final. So at 10 years old, you already know where
Yes.
you wanted to be in
When
life.
I was a little boy, and I tell my mom that's what I want to do.
So you already know
Yeah.
where your life wanted to be.
Yes, two things I want to do in my life when I was a little boy. I want to go to the military, and I want to go to law school.
So you're not a lawyer today.
When I was in Haiti, yes. I was,
So you were
before
an
I moved to
attorney.
US, I get my license in law. I went to law school.
This
That's the
man
reason-
is brilliant.
Yeah,
guys.
that's the reason I told you that in Haiti, I went to accounting school, and also I went to law school. But when everything go all I would say fall down, upside down, and I was about to go to the education schools. They call Normal Superior in Port-au-Prince.
Okay.
And then that was the story behind that. Alex, who used to be the prime minister, this school was shut down for about a year. And I spent about 22 days in Port-au-Prince. Moved from Cap-Haitian to Port-au-Prince. That was in 1993. And then what happened? They already have like a promotion, a group of people in the first year. They only want to take like 50 to 80 people. I went to the exam, and then they select like 50 people. Guess what? My name was on the list. And they gave you appointment to go pay on Monday. When I go on Monday, my name was not on the list. Yeah.
And what was the reason?
Hey, you need to have like a God's father to go to university at that time.
You have to know somebody.
I mean, it doesn't matter if you're smart, because I can tell you when I was like in senior high school, I used to teach physics in senior high school.
I believe you because my ex
Yeah, in senior high school,
taught
because my
when he was
professor,
17 years
the
old?
reason why my professor used to teach me in a private school, my professor used to teach for lycée du Cap Haïtien, or it's a high school, public high school, and then sometime he asked me to go teach for him.
Before we go on break, I want to know, are you today looking at yourself, what would you do differently? We're still in Haiti. If you had something you wanted to change while you were there, what would you have changed?
I would say, look, fear. Sometimes we have a lot of fear. It doesn't matter who you are. And I can tell you, when I was in Haiti and moved with feet to US. And 1995, I was sitting in a classroom in Lembe, in the seminary. And then most of my colleagues at that time, some of them was like in agriculture school, what we call like agronomy. Some of them was in business school. Some of them was in Bible school. They left to go to the police. And then for some reason, I can't leave. I don't know. And I was fighting because I want to leave, because all my life, that's what I want to do. Then I'm sitting in a class on my second year. Then I was still come back in 1995, as you can remember. And my was not in the classroom, it was in the police. And that's where I want to go. And I cannot do anything. And when you come back, and I want you to know, when I come to US, I even enlisted to go to army.
Let's wait. Let's leave that after our break. But I feel like there's certain things I still didn't know about you.
Yeah.
From 13 to like older self, did you get girlfriends? Did you get in trouble? Tell us a little bit about that young man.
When I was 13 to 17 and 18, I never get in trouble. And then knowing who I am, because I was someone who's very disciplined.
So you were disciplined from you were born?
No, because I've been in martial art. So remember I told you when I was in elementary school, I used to fight. Now that I'm in martial art, you're very disciplined, and then you don't want to fight with people. You don't want to do anything. No one want to mess with you, because they know what you're capable of doing and what you can do, and you're not fighting. At the age of 13 to all the way to 18, I don't fight with people. No.
So what about girlfriends in Haiti? How was that like?
I would tell you, my first girlfriend was when I was turned 19.
So you were so disciplined.
I was focused.
You was focused.
I was focused, and then not only I was focused, I don't want to do anything that's contrary from what I learned from my grandfather.
So that was your big role model.
Yeah.
So you carried your life with all that principle.
Yeah. I mean, I will tell you something. From when I was 12 to 19, I wasn't like someone messing with female, because my sister, older than me, but been only 3 years, my sister always tell me something I never forgot. He said, when you are a young person and then you pregnant a young girl, you're pregnant also. That's creating fear on me,
Wow.
because I don't want anybody to have, and then now I'm gonna leave school and I'm gonna make someone suffer because of me. Yeah. So I go on, and then by the age of 19, I remember my first girlfriend, and then something happened. That's the reason why we break out. But a lot of people, I got a cousin of mine said, no, you're not supposed to do that, things like that. But it was like for me, a good reason for me to break.
So you never play domino? You never play?
No, I play dominoes.
You play dominoes?
I play mobs. I play like cyclists.
Okay. So you had fun. So
there was. And then I creating like fanal. You compte les fanal. So c'est des petits bails faire là dans saison fête Noël, because I know how to draw, and I used to create it, and then you put like a light inside of it, and everybody walking. I mean, this is not the same thing today. We We
But you
never
had a
stay
life.
inside. And then I used to play soccer just a little bit too.
Wow.
Yeah, because
But-
Asian people, we go on with like it doesn't matter if it's just like whatever it is, serious or whatever, or orange is gonna kick it.
So we're telling our people, please, we want the audience to please keep talking to us. We are looking at, we are watching you. We see that you are engaging. We want to thank you for watching the live with us. We are sitting with Dr. Oris Guillaume. He is a dean at a university. He is a very brilliant, intelligent, super intelligent pastor. And I have the honor to sit here with him. We're going to take a break. We're going to come back. There's more. We have questions for him that he have not answered yet. So stay tuned. We'll be right back. Hi, Lucida's here with Lucida's accounting firm. Happy New Year, everyone. Are you looking for a place to do your taxes? You undecided? Are you a student, a military, a nonprofit, a business? You undecided on where to get your tax done. Guess what? Lucida Accounting Firm, it's the place to go. We have been in business for well over 20 years. We're located in Marietta, Georgia. You can call us at 770-319-9181. You can also visit us at www.laftaxes.com. Guess what? We do accept walk-in this year. Just call us at 770-319-9181 to come get your tax done right with an experienced professional who makes sure your tax is done accurately. Can't wait to see you in the office.
We are a Christian-based non-profit organization providing pre-filled communion elements to simplify church logistics for Holy Communion.
At Holy Communion Elements, we deal with packaging of pre-packed Holy Communion into a one self-serving cup.
Over time, I've seen people evolving from this old style of having Holy Communion to this new style where everything is packed and prepared for your day. You find that this is way cheaper comparing with this because there is not much of, getting all the accessories. This is as it is, serve on the go.
It takes us like 20 minutes. Everybody is done. Unlike in the past where, elders have to come early, do the preparation, and then later they'll do the washing of those cups. Sometimes we are forced to go and do additional preparation in the middle of the service. And you have to dash back to the vestry to do more preparation.
We have 5 stations: 1, client services; 2, production; quality control; packaging, and delivery.
At Holy Communion Elements, we are dedicated to providing pre-packed Holy Communion kits in a safe, sustainable, and accessible way, even in areas where traditional elements are hard to access. Your donation will directly fund the production and distribution of these pre-packed elements, ensuring that every Christian can partake in Holy Communion with dignity and reverence. Together, we can ensure that Holy Communion experience remains accessible and meaningful for us all. To donate, please visit holycommunionelements.com or reach out to us directly through our phone number.
We are back. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here with us on One-on-One. We want to thank our guests that are watching the show. We have Wesley de Vezin, we have Manushka. Wesley, oui, faut qu'on parrain. So, if you don't have a parent, you can't get to the university. So, I think that's why Dr. O probably didn't make it to the university because he did not enlisted in a parent. And all the other guests, Madeline, Bertos, Marta Jean. So I want to tell you guys, thank you for watching. Share the live. Tell people, because story time is your show. It's your show to leave a legacy to our younger generation, because they always think that we come as an adult. Our kids don't see us as youngsters. So that's why we ask those questions, so they know that we did not taekwondo, what is it, sudo?
Oh, Shotokan.
Shotogan. We played domino. We played, we did a lot of things. So we didn't just come up and be adult, right? So now, Dr. O, we are back. I have one question for you. Do you have any regret being in Haiti? Is there any regret when you were growing up there?
Like I said, I was sad sometimes, but no regret for me to born in Haiti. But I would tell you, things change. Things change. And in that note, I want to say, I want to greet Dr. Wesley DeVerse, and I want to greet all the people that listen to me, Sister Betty, watching right now, and any members of Connection Church, any friends that you know me.
Thank you, Connection Church.
And then thank you for all of you being watching now. So, born in Haiti, I was so proud always to be an Asian boy. So, do I have regret because of my education in Haiti? No. Do I have regret because I come late in the United States? No. Because when I found out, a lot of friends of mine, some of them been killed early. Some of them, I have a friend of mine, we grew up, we went to the same high school. I remember how people kill him in Balembe. He was like one of person killed, just like President Jovenel. In politics. So, I was so fortunate to grow up in Haiti. Believe it or not, I always tell people that all the time, since you try to know a lot of things. There is one person who's running everywhere in Haiti. We went to the same high school, but he never mentioned that he went to this high school. He always said he went to public high school. It's very famous in Haiti. I'm not going to mention his name. You probably know him, and it's a spokesperson is always fighting. It's even named after, it said he's the son of the one of the forefathers in Haiti.
We're not going to mention any name.
We're not going to mention name. We're not making name. But, so just to let you know that my era, what people that I know, but I'm proud to be Asian.
He's proud to be Haitian. And what got you to America?
Well,
how did that come about?
Okay.
Because now we're changing gear.
Yes.
We're leaving Haiti behind, our beloved country, because we all have a story in Haiti. But now I would like to get to know Dr. Oris here in America, the young man that came in at 28 years old. What was that like? Let's take it from the airplane.
Yeah.
You come into America. Where did you land it?
Well, I landed in Miami.
Okay. How was that for you?
I would tell you, I was in Port-au-Prince early in the morning by like 9 in the morning, and my flight left at 7 p.m. because there was an issue with the airplane. First time coming to U.S., American airline has issues. They have to get another plane from Dominican Republic to carry my flight. And I think I get to U.S. about like 10 p.m.
At that time, you tired. You didn't care about the lights, because I wanted to know, how did you feel about the lights?
Well, I was still very energetic.
Nice.
So then my mom used to live in Immaculate, Florida, close to Fort Myers, Naples.
Okay.
And then my mom pastor came to get me. So believe it or not, it was like about like 10 you get to the country, and then now you're gonna make another 3 hours trip
to go home
from Miami to Immaculate, Florida, or Naples. It was like a long day
drive
for me. So
it wasn't fun.
I would never forget that.
Yeah, so it wasn't fun. It wasn't
I
saw
fun.
The lights. I'm here in America.
Yeah,
so it wasn't.
I was tired, and then believe it or not, even though I made it probably like 1 in the morning in Immaculate, Florida. Early in the morning, I went to church. Yeah. Because, parents proud of you.
They want to showcase you.
Exactly. So.
Petit Mavini, look at my son.
Yeah. Or my son, a pastor or a lawyer, blah,
so
blah,
you
blah.
were already a pastor in Haiti? You were already a lawyer in Haiti?
I spent 3 years as a pastor in Haiti before I moved to US. And then I want you to know something you need to know about me being in law school in Haiti and me being finished seminary in Haiti. I started law school before going to the seminary. In 1993, I went to law school. And then in 1994, I dropped the law school to go back after a year to go back to seminary because I received the call to go to the seminary. I received the call from God to go to seminary. But I was still struggle because I don't know what to do in my life because remember what I told you about like, being traumatized because I never been to military. So now being in the seminary and then 2 years later, if we got like 3 or 4 students from the seminary going to the law school, then I start over. In 1996, I went back for my second year. In 1999, so I graduated with my bachelor in theology in 1998, and my bachelor in law in the law school in Haiti in 1999. And then in 2000, before I came here, I get my license. I was about to go to school of the judicial school. They call it like l'école magistrature, where they prepare the judge. That because I want to be a judge now. That's what I want to be in Haiti. And then I was already enlisted, and then I left.
So now in America.
I'm in America right now.
You had you went to school here?
This is how the story started. My mom always says something. You know, when your mom says something, and I always tell kids that listen to me, listen to your mom. Your mom has a blessing in the mouth. When your mom say things, and your mom has cursed too, be careful what you said about your kids. My mom always said, okay, oh, I want you to know when you come to US to teach. I never thought one day I'm going to come to US and be a doctor and teaching in the classroom.
That wasn't in your mind?
No, because that's what my mom always keep repeating. And that's probably what my mom wants for me. And then when I came to US, I remember a Saturday like this Saturday in 2004. Early 2004, my mom called me, and you know what a mom can tell a kids to make you feel bad, to make you feel belittled. Oh, you came here only working, you're not doing anything. Oh, I wasn't applying for you to get a visa or residence to come here just to. Oh. And then I was crying because my big brother called my mom and said, since I come here, I have no interest for school. And I know, deep inside of me, I love school, and I want to go to school. Well, you know how that story goes. And then, secretly, privately,
you went to school.
I went to school. In 2007, I remember that December, I believe, whatever the third Friday of December. Couple days before that, I called my big brother and said, I'm about to graduate. He said, in what? He said, and then I make a joke. I said, well, yes, I'm going to graduate. He said, but you never told me you
were going to school. We
yeah,
didn't know.
I said, I'm going to graduate with my master in leadership.
Wow.
I was at Charter University. So all these years, I've been going to school 1 night a week for 2 years almost. And I always tell my brother that whenever he call me or visit me, and then I always hiding. I never want him to know that I go to school. I never want my mom to know that I go to school. My wife was in Haiti. My wife knows about it. And then few people knows that I went to school. And then a week or 2 weeks before, I mentioned that to my brother. And I remember the day it was rainy. We went to Warm, Georgia. I went to Warm, Georgia for the first time to get graduate for my master's. That was in 2007.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And then, I remember I have this conversation with Dr. Wessler. I said, if you are a leader, if you want to become someone, you need a mentor. I know I heard the word before. Dr. Dupuy was my dean at Charter University.
Okay.
He was teaching leadership and politics. He said, okay, if you want to be in this major, you need a mentor. And I'll say, what is a mentor now? And when I went home, I go look at in the dictionary, what is a mentor? That was on Tuesday. I went to the school on Friday, because on Friday the school made but no classes. And I went to see the dean and asked the dean, would you like to be my mentor? He said yes. And then he started learning more about me. He said, you speak French. How can you come to America? You're so motivated. You're always in class. You always do assignment. You do well. He asked me all kind of questions. How can you do that? Growing up all your life in Haiti and you come in here to do your master's. And then just like you asking me a question, I share my life. I share my story. And it start nurturing me, helping me. You know what? Life. Sometimes you cannot understand life. Do you know who replaced
you?
Dr. George Dupuy?
You.
At Shorter University?
Because that was your mentor.
That was me.
You become that.
That was me.
Mm-hmm.
That was me.
Because what you work towards, that's what you become.
Yeah. 5 years later, in 2012, I became the.
Oh, you
replaced
still?
him.
But no, so how long were you?
I was at Shorter from 2007, after I graduated, to until 2018.
I know you went to Argosy.
Yes.
That's the same school I went to.
Yes.
I don't know if we probably saw each other in passing.
Yes,
because I was
probably.
doing my DBA, you was doing your DBA.
Yes.
We know the same professors. How was that experience? Because I know you taught at Argosy.
Yes.
There's so much that you've done in Argosy. How did that come about?
That wasn't like this story. Because when I was at Shorter, you remember I told you about the Bulldogs? Mm-hmm. Everybody around me, maybe you know Bob Sater, you know Wanda Watlef.
Wanda Watlef.
Oh, see, that's why we...
That was my time.
Okay, so Wanda Watlef used to be my boss too, before I become the head of the department.
The headmaster.
Yes, so Wanda Watlef was doing a doctorate. Bob Sater was doing a doctorate. Everybody around me has a doctorate or working on doctorate.
Who's going to be the next?
And then I said, okay, why can't I have my own doctorate too?
That's how I felt. You have a doctor. Dr.
Yeah.
Whistler have a doctor.
So basically, people that listen to me, change your environment.
Yes.
Yes. If you really want to be where you're supposed to be, change your environment. Change your thinking. Change your way of seeing things. The reason why, if you hang out with like 4 smart people, the 5th one will be you. If you hang out with 4 people that's negative, the 5th one will be you. Change the people that you hang with it. Change the way people see you by changing your environment. So I know probably
Say that again to the camera, to the young people that are listening to us.
Yes.
Listen to what Dr. O just shared with you.
So usually, one of the things you need to change is the environment, not you. The place where you are, the things you are doing, the people you hang with it. I'm gonna tell you something you need to remember that I tell my son. When you finish high school, if your friends, all the good friends you have were in high school, they have no intention to go to high school, they can be no longer your friends. You need to have new friends. And it's the same thing too. Sometimes you even find like husband, wife. I'm not asking you to divorce with your wife or your husband, but you need to find a way to change your husband, wife, or your wife. I mean, your husband mind and your wife mind. The reason why.
But we understand what you're saying. It's like the people you hang out with, you become those people because if they're not motivated to get you to your destination, you're always gonna go backwards because like you just said, 4 people in a room and you're the 5th person. If everybody's talking about becoming a millionaire, guess what? You're going to be the next millionaire because you are soaking that information. So you need to be with like-minded people.
Yeah, because
right?
you have something inside of you.
Mm-hmm.
You have something inside of you called seed.
Seed.
This seed called potential.
Potential.
The potential, everybody that's live, the last time I look at the survey, it doesn't matter if you were like Adam Smith, George Washington, whomever you want to say, are the great Newton, Descartes, Voltaire,
All the greats.
all the great people you want to mention. Guess what? They can only go from 1 to 10, only 1% or 10% of their potential. Do you know what kills your potential? Success.
Now, before we go into success, because that's a question that we
Success.
have for you. Before we go to that, you went to school. How was school for you coming to America? Because you had to work. We know, what was your first job when you come in? Because we know we all had to start from somewhere.
Yes.
So it wasn't always that you get up and you got the perfect job, you got the perfect everything. What was your first job like? Because you came in at 28 and you had to take care of yourself.
My first job was in Jimmy Carter Boulevard, rooms to go.
Rooms to go.
And I want people take a deep breath. It wasn't like the rooms to go in Jimmy Carter Boulevard. There was like some like a warehouse where I used to work in the truck.
You are the one that's taking the furniture out from the
furnitures,
truck and put it
so
in the...
all the furniture you have here, sometimes my back pay for it. My back paid
Well,
for
you
it.
you have to start from somewhere, right?
Yes,
A lot
yes.
of kids think that we are in the position we are.
And I used to make $8.50.
$8.50, but now we don't want to know
My
how much
first
you
job.
make because we know
My first
he's
job.
a dean.
The reason why I'm saying that to people, I remember from the village to America to the classroom. That's my life.
From the village of Lembe.
No, that was I always claim Dolval, the
Dolval.
place where I used to be a pastor. You can't compare that to any other place in Haiti. A very impoverished place. People really in bad shape there. That's where I used to be a pastor.
In
And I was-
Dolval.
In Dolval, Dolval. In
Dolval.
Northeast.
Never
It's-
heard of it.
Dolval, it's close to Terrier Rouge, Grand Bassin. People that's living in Terrier Rouge don't know Dolval.
Do you have any best friend in your life that you grew up with?
Sure, I do have a lot of good friends.
You know, do you have one that you want to send a thank you note to
Well-
while they're watching you right now?
Well, I got one in 1994. That's not long enough. But I got one when I used to be in Boy Scout. We're still good friends. He's in Haiti.
What's his name?
It's Jethro Kleber.
Well, if you had something to say to Jethro Kleber, what
I
would
would
you
say
tell him?
Jethro knows who I am. If there is anyone who can say anything good things about me, know my struggle, know my life, always say good things about me. Jethro always tell me, man, I always know you can do this. I always know you're gonna be successful. I always know you're gonna go to this ladder. I mean, he never doubt who I am. That was the kind of person, and Jethro always say great things about me.
So now, what would you like to tell Jethro if you're no longer here and Jethro happened to see this video about you talking? What would you like to tell him?
If I leave the earth in a few seconds or while I'm talking, I want Jethro to know that whatever I do, you can do it too. There is no secret formula.
Do you have any
You
kids?
have to be self-motivated.
Do you have any kids?
I got 2 kids.
What
2
would you like
boys.
to tell them?
And I want my boys to know that I wasn't creating or born in the microwave. It's a long process. I wasn't wake up one day, they called me Dr. O. And I wasn't even know until I was in finish my almost. I know people call me Guillaume, but nobody call me Oris as often, even in the classroom. Guillaume Oris, but I always know I'm Guillaume. But all my little friends in the 1980s, in the 1990s, if I go in Haiti, I heard somebody say "Fanfan," I feel like this is someone
I'm home.
connecting with me.
Yes.
It's a bonds of
It's
my
a bond.
bonds. I feel like this is someone going up me who knows me. If you call me Fanfan,
And you know a lot of people are going to be calling you Fafa now. You know that, right?
not a lot.
Well, the people that are watching, you're no longer Dr. O.
yeah. They call-
Because for me, you're going to be Fafa.
That's fine.
That's
That's showing you how much you really love me, respect me, and you know my past. You are
we
supporting
connected.
me.
You
connecting
were
with
there
me.
before it all started.
Exactly. That's what.
It's just like
that's why
me.
Fanfan remind me.
That's very good.
Yes.
That's the same thing for me. I grew up in New York, and you know, when you come to America, your name is Marie.
Yeah.
And, you know, although my name is Lucida, but it's Marie Lucida.
Oh, yes.
So when I started school, everybody calls me Marie.
Yeah.
So now in Georgia, if I hear somebody say Marie, I'm like,
What?
how do you know this name? Because when I
Exactly.
came to
So,
Georgia, I
yeah.
changed my name to Lucida, and I never looked back
Yeah.
into that Marie life. That is awesome. So if you leave this earth today, you are married, and you have a beautiful wife, what would you want your wife to remember you as?
As someone who's always there for my wife, for my family, and I don't want people to, because my education, I always tell people that, because I know a lot of people that listen to me. That's how I understand life, and when I'm talking to the church, I speak truth, and I always thinking like I need to take care of my wife, take care of my family, and then I wasn't raised in Haiti to ask my wife how much money you make, or to take care of me, or I'm sitting in the house for my wife to go to work and then take good care of me. No, because my dad was always a hard working person, and then my dad was taking care of his family, and I feel like this is the legacy I want to leave for my sons. You are a man, you are responsible. Your wife will be helping, not just like your wife needs to be the one of the head of your house to take care of you.
I read your bio, and
Yeah.
you call yourself a servant of leadership. Is that what it is?
When I was at Argosy, when I was trying to do my dissertation, even though servant leadership, it's more like leadership. Even though I was doing like my doctorate in business, international business, and then it was impact to I was trying to show you the impact of leaders in the academic, servant leader in academic. So if you are an academic, you are not just like any kind of leader. You are a servant. You are there to serve. And I always tell people, if you need to make a lot of money, education is not for you. You got to make a vow of poverty. Because if you want to make like millions, making like big money, education is a good fit for you. You will make some money. You will have a decent money to live, but you're not gonna make money like someone doing accounting. Making money, someone like
We
a
don't
lawyer.
make money in accounting.
Well, it's
A
little
little
different.
money.
I mean, as an entrepreneur, as someone who's doing all the stuff, I know how to duplicate or replicate my money. But if it was just like I'm teaching, I'm living like a poor life.
They always say
Yeah.
when you serve, you don't get money like police officers.
No.
Anybody that is in the servant
Exactly.
career, they do it for love. I don't think they do it for the money.
You really need to serve people to make an impact. And that's what I want my life to be. I want people to know that if I die tomorrow, I was living my life to inspire one person. I don't want to inspire two people. I don't want to inspire equality.
Well, I want you to know you inspire me. You're somebody,
Yeah.
you're somebody that
I
look
just
up
want to inspire one person. And then
Yeah.
I want you to know I'm not just like someone built or creating in the microwave. I'm into the process. Being in US, I tell people if you want to believe what I'm telling you, wherever you are, whatever you do, nobody give you a green card or a life or a free ride to go. You have to go to school. You have to prepare yourself. You have to work hard. When you build a business, you know all the fall you're taking, all the cry, all the night you're not sleeping. This is just like when you heard someone going through the process of having a doctorate, this is someone been spending night and night crying. And I tell people,
and then forget about night.
Yeah.
You do everything, and then you're getting ready to do your defense,
Yeah.
your dissertation.
Yeah.
And the professor tells you you're not ready because they don't think whatever you chose is relevant to even defend. And now you have to start all over again.
and I know I got a lot of potential in me, but there is one thing which stopped me doing anything I'm doing now. And I said, I don't want people to give me deadlines. I want to give people deadlines now.
So say it again. You don't want people to give you deadlines.
Deadlines. I want to
You
give
wanna
people
give
deadlines.
people deadlines.
So I know what deadline mean for me because when you have to turn your assignment by 11:59 on Sunday, that's deadline. So I want people to say, Dr. Hole, can you give me a second chance? Instead of me calling someone, can you give me a second chance?
You did it. And guys, everything that's good has to end. And we want to show you that Dr. O is an author. Like I said, he has 10 books. I'm looking at Méthodologie de recherche et de développement professionnel. It's one of his books that he has written. If you guys want to, anything you want to know about Dr. O, you can go to his LinkedIn page. There's so much in there. I was there. It's a lot. Okay. And then we have another book from Dr. O, A Trail to Success from Nowhere to Anywhere. This one is a good read. I want to read this one because I like.
It's yours.
It's mine, right? So I'm going to read it and I'll tell you guys a little bit about it because I just like the title. A Trail to Success from Nowhere to Anywhere. So I want to know how to invite Dr. O back to one-on-one because I feel like I didn't do him justice because there's more that he wanted to talk about. But, we only have 1 hour, so we didn't want to keep him too long. But before we go, there's a lot of questions that we always ask. But that one question is, what is the definition of success, Dr. O?
Success is nothing done. Wake up in the morning and know that you are alive. When I wake up in the morning and I know that my son is not in jail, my son is still breathing, my wife is at work, my wife is still stand up, and I still wake up, for me this is success. A lot of people, famous, money, or a lot of power, that's called success for them. But success is knowing that I'm still alive. And then I'm here to impact or inspire someone's life. And I want to thank you so very much, Dr. Somerville, for inviting me.
Oh,
and I can tell how passionate you are in what you're doing. And I want people to understand that this is people like you who make success because you're not afraid to ask, to question, and to inform other people about other people.
Thank you. Thank you. But we have one more question for you. Looking at the camera, tell our new generation your struggle, where you are, what would you have done differently if you had to?
My struggle is the fact that I have a lot of people that believe in me. And I do not want to deceive them. I want to wake up every day and see how I can make someone's life better. Maybe this is not struggle, it's a positive things, but I feel like so many people count on you. But what if? That's what we call struggle. What if? And then remember, we're not angel. We're still living on earth. We still can make mistake. We still can fall. If you fall, don't stay where you are. If you stumble, don't stay where you are. Stand up. You can fall 99 times, but wake up every time. Don't stay one time where you are.
And for our next generation, what would you tell them?
I would tell the next generation, you become who you are by what you're thinking and you hang out with. Now, think about tomorrow as today, and you will make success in whatever you're doing. Do not procrastinate. That's my motto. Whatever you can do today, just do it today. Don't wait for tomorrow.
And that note, that was the end of One-on-One with Dr. Lucida Somerville. See you next time. Bye.
Thank you.
Hi, Lucida's here with Lucida's accounting firm. Happy New Year, everyone. Are you looking for a place to do your taxes? You undecided? Are you a student, a military, a nonprofit, a business? You undecided on where to get your tax done. Guess what? Lucida Accounting Firm, it's the place to go. We have been in business for well over 20 years. We're located in Marietta, Georgia. You can call us at 770-319-9181. You can also visit us at www.laftaxes.com. Guess what? We do accept walk-in this year. Just call us at 770-319-9181 to come get your tax done right with an experienced professional who makes sure your tax is done accurately. Can't wait to see you in the office.